Welcome back to The Grind. In this video, we're going to talk about how to defeat Jabari Panther in the Uncollected and Cavalier event quests. The important nodes here are Mighty Charge and Empowered Immunity. So every time she dashes at you, she gets Mighty Charge, and this one only makes her immune to debuffs, so you can still intercept her, and if you're good at reparry, then that will be very useful for this fight. And one of her base abilities is Cleanse. Every time she's attacking in, she's immune to debuffs, basically. She removes it. So you can see when she attacked in and I parried, she was immune to it, but then the Cleanse goes on cooldown. Here's the Mighty Charge. She's immune to the stun, so she gained power, but with the reparry, because Cleanse was on cooldown, we were able to parry her next attack. So you have to be careful about the Mighty Charge, as well as when her Cleanse is back off cooldown, you can see you cannot parry her. You would have to reparry, and if you're not paying close enough attention, you might take a combo or a special attack right to the face, and because she hits so dang hard, that would be pretty detrimental and probably kill you. Another tip, if you have the health to spare, is not parry those Mighty Charge hits, because otherwise you're giving her a lot of power throughout the fight. Another important thing to note is here you can see with the reparry, the Cleanse did not get consumed because the hunt is active, so she is stun immune. So do keep that in mind, that she will be stun immune while she is in the hunt. This clip is an example of how the Empowered Immunity can kind of get out of control. You can get backed into a corner trying to bait out specials, and then if you accidentally happen to parry when she is going to be immune to it, then you can push her up higher than you would like to, and that can really result in a problematic situation, as you can see here, where I'm just frantically trying to get off as much damage as I can before she kills me with the special 3. Quake is kind of an option, but not really as straightforward as you might hope. Because of the Empowered Immunity, if she happens to take the stun when she's immune to it, then you will actually be giving her power over time, unless you have the White Magneto synergy. But also, if she goes into the hunt while you're charging a heavy, you can see evade fails and then you get smacked. So you have to be careful about that as well. So next we are going to talk about the special attacks and how I recommend dealing with them. So ideally you want to push her to the special 2 because it is easier to deal with. You just create space, she does a couple stabs, and then that swipe attack, and then you can counter in. So it's pretty easy to avoid no matter what stages are going on in this fight, but it does get you close to the 3 bars of power that Empowered Immunity can make it challenging. Now the special 1 is also the first few hits are close range, but then she throws out a spear, and it can be easily evaded, but the problem is if she goes into the hunt, then you will end up not being able to dex, and as you can see here, the dex fails and you get hit by the spear. Another thing to take note of is every time she purifies a debuff like the bleeds, as you can see here, it adds to a stack of those orange or yellow shields there. And then just like Killmonger, if you attack into the block when those are active, she will go unstoppable and will be able to counter attack you. So you want to avoid attacking into the block unless you're sure that she does not have any of those charges available. So you can pretty much use any champion for this fight, but there's a couple of things to keep in mind. Basically all the things that we talked about in the beginning of this video. As far as those debuffs can make things a little bit more complicated, you will have to be careful with your stunning, and having a champion that can power control might make the fight a little bit easier. You'll have to play around the Mighty Charge and the Cleanse mechanic, and then when she goes into the hunt, be very careful that you do not evade a special 1 attack and that you do not try to stun as well, because you'll continue to feed her more power, and if you do try to dex a special 1 while she's in the hunt, then you will get hit by the spears, so it might be better to just simply block. I had a couple of the more fun one-shots, one of them being with Namor. You just have to play around all these little mechanics with the nodes and her abilities, and then once you get up to a special 3 or to the Enraged, you can just throw off some special 2s and end the fight fairly quickly. So for the sake of time, I just skipped ahead. I threw off a special 3. I did make some mistakes, but I ended up throwing 2 back-to-back special 2 attacks, and that was enough to finish her off very quickly. So that was kind of a fun fight, as long as you can buy time and just deal with all the various mechanics of this fight. And then another one of my for fun solos was with Guardian. Again, similar idea, build up to a special 3 and build up to a special 2, and the fight was basically over. So again, you just got to play around the little inner intricacies of the fight and avoiding the inability to dex the special 1, so I usually push to special 2. I built all the way up to a special 3, and then I pushed back up to a special 2, and here you'll actually see she's not in the hunt, so I do fully evade that special 1. I combo back in and then throw off the special 2, and the fight ends very shortly after that. So I do hope this video was helpful. Let me know your thoughts and what champions you used, and good luck, and I will see you in the next video.